Anyways, guys, it is time for game number 2 here. London Conspiracy. It will now be wearing blue.
I can see NightsWatch taking this one.
Yeah?
If I could change my vote now, I'd probably go NightsWatch. Just based off that last game.
Okay.
Because I don't see them making the mistakes they did this game.
Well, what does NQ do with the counter pick option?
So
that's the question.
Well, it's all about what they get in the jungle, really. I think that's what the key is going to be here. Is like if they go for an assassin in the jungle, he's going to have to go tanky. If they have a tanky jungler, then he could potentially go for the assassin. You know, it switches around based off what the composition is and what Snakeskin's going to run. Because I mean, Snakeskin ran Apollo last game, but we want the counter pick option this time. He may just go safe with someone like Tyr.
Ymir, Cabrakan. It's crazy to see Cabrakan get banned out.
I mean, Cabrakan in the jungle in the early game is very strong. His gank potential is fantastic, and then
also his disengage potential.
Exactly. But he gets a mid game as well. Some of his damage isn't as strong. He's not got the full burst of like. He can still kill a squishy, but like against a tank, he's just going to be there. But he interrupts. He's got a CC on every ability. One of the first things he has.
Well, so NightsWatch sees Sylvanus gets picked up. So for me, this is a no-brainer. Go ahead and grab Athena, and now you have the best 2 supports on the map, and bring it to him.
Well, I mean, Zindan took Athena to the jungle last game as well. Maybe they'll do that again this time round.
Yeah.
They could potentially look to do that as well. They'll take Athena for now, which makes sense. They don't necessarily have to pick their Guardian here, unless they want to show their hand about that Athena's not going to be the support.
Well, what would be pretty cool is if the NightsWatch could kind of build this more of a late-game-based team comp, and the reason why is you can throw Nemesis into the jungle, and then you'll just steal the protections away from Sylvanus, shredding him down, and then burst him.
Problem with Nemesis is it's all about the early game smite right now. The meta
it really is. That's what sucks.
And Nemesis is not an early game god.
Yeah,
if
you would need
a kill or 2. Yeah, it's cool.
You would need someone to really catapult her out of the early game, which would be a Poseidon. Which that's the easy one too, right? It's Divine Judgment plus Kraken. They're shredded down, but London Conspiracy they pretty much have their dream already. They have their core 3 from the last game.
Well, obviously we saw MLZ playing that Ares last game. This time it's going to be Wolf of Elo Street, so we get a switch in the supports this time around because now it's going to be Zindan in the jungle prop, more than likely on that Athena once again. There's potential of something else as well. Like I wonder if they'll do it again. Cause they could potentially go for a Guan Yu as well, which would be really interesting because Guan Yu with Athena dunk cavalry charge into the Defender of Olympus is an absolutely disgusting amount of damage you can put out. Don't know if they'll run it though. I mean, it's got to be.
He's also has Tower Assault.
This is probably mid lane here, and if we're looking at. I was going to say, if we're looking at the NightsWatch, oh no, that's going to be solo now. So that's going to be the Apollo locked in, and that's probably going to be solo. Is this just like a reverse of like let's steal each other's picks?
Yeah, pretty much. And now the Agni will go right to Arrow, and Agni, he's been amazing every iteration of Smite.
Agni's just fantastic.
His dash keeps him super safe. He's got great burst potential as well, and that's going to be a Chronos. Now the Chronos will go ahead and box versus the Apollo, which is beautiful. He hits like a hunter.
He does hit like a hunter. He's got a little bit better poke as well because of his ability to be able to get that extra range on a hunter as well, which is good. And he doesn't just have to rely on the in-hands to do that. On top of that, very safe with the rewind as well. Can bait people into bad situations if he needs to. And he's a hyper carry, which is one thing that we don't mention too often. But that's going to actually be a Fenrir as well locked in. Is that going to be Fenrir up against... I'm so confused what this comp is now.
Apollo mid, Fenrir solo, Athena jungle, Rama hunter.
Potentially. Athena mid.
Come on.
It could be Athena mid. Boosted it.
Well,
don't just say it's boost. Like, he's better than
No, I was going to say Kiki did it better.
Okay. Okay, that's a good comeback. That's a better comeback. Yeah. I mean, potentially, with this composition that they've got here, they've got 3 Guardians in essence. I expect to see the Fenrir go for very, very tanky build.
Yep. Fenrir solo. Jungle Athena.
You called it.
That's right.
Okay, fine.
I know more about it.
Damn it, Gambit. You're not supposed to learn. Reddit's going to be so upset that they've got nothing to complain about you today.
Oh, no, they still got DM, man.
They've got DM, that's true.
They'll live.
That's it, for the time being. So it is going to be, like you said, NQ with Fenrir in the solo lane. So it's going to be NQ versus Snakeskin on that Chronos. This matchup is going to be kind of interesting because Snakeskin can't come in too close, otherwise he's going to get full bursted down. He can, though, use that time rift, stop time rift? I always forget the name. Abilities of Chronos. He's one that I never see that often. But he can basically, when the Brutalize hits, he can also hit with the slow into the stun. And it's now classed as a stun the whole time now, which is good. So it means it has to be beast.
So here's my question. Agni going up against Apollo. Apollo, he doesn't really have any kill potential.
Nope.
And in fact, he just really puts himself at risk to just die.
I don't think Apollo can deal with Agni in the mid lane at all, especially on Arrows. Arrows Agni. Jeez, words are hard. But yeah, Arrows Agni is very, very strong as well. The early game is definitely going to go all in favor of Agni. And as soon as he hits level 5 as well, Agni's just going to be able to drop bombs onto Carino when he's trying to farm and push out this wave, because he's so beautiful, he's not going to clear the wave out as quick as he would like.
Yeah. Red buff going to go ahead and go to Carino. He will enter into the mid lane to dual arrow. And now we will check in as Suntouch. Well, he has Bellona. He's very, very good with Bellona, even from behind. So really the key for Night's Watch here is to make sure that Suntouch doesn't get ahead.
LC needs to be careful in this lane, because this is a kill lane for Night's Watch right now. These two are not the best at the start of the game. Chronos not fantastic early on, neither is Bellona at like the level 2 stage in the laning part. And if they get the brutalized taunt combo off and the shield wall, that's it. They're probably much going to just disappear. But Zindan's going to do a fast rotation, and this makes sense.
One of the hardest things about laning against a Fenrir is the fact that you have to consciously think about how many auto attacks he has, which naturally, you're going to just see 5 come up. But in between those engagements, you have to make sure you don't get stunned out.
Yeah, you have to make sure you don't get stunned, because if you do get hit by that as Chronos early game, you're going to get hit by the stun, then into a full brutalized combo as well. And then on top of that, if you hit Pops Deceiving Howl, you're going to take damage from the penetration on top of that. And I love the call that's happened from Night's Watch here. So we talked about what's going to happen with Carino on this Apollo in the mid lane against an Agni. He's not going to have a good time. So Zindan rotates early to put Agni on the defensive so he can't clear as quick. It allows Carino to farm freer, and he's going to be able to soak up the experience in the jungle because of the faster rotation. They steal away back hops on the left. I think he's actually left one camp up there.
He did. He left the big one as well.
He left the big one?
Yeah. Shaggy Shank, actually.
Did he really?
Yeah. He left the big one.
Oh, Carino. We need
just
to
off the mark.
You don't leave the big one. Never leave the big one, guys. If you don't understand why we're saying that, it's because the big one is worth most of the golden experience in the actual camp.
And the part that really was unfortunate for Carino is that Zindan, he's not tanky enough to hold a wave of 6 minions.
No, not yet.
He can't do it, so they end up losing 3. And Suntouch now going to try to aggress here on NQ, and NQ hits the archers. He's going to get slowed, stopped out as well. This might be first blood. And the bludgeon's going to be good. He just needs to hit one more, and the minions can't secure it, and he will live.
It's fine. NQ was very smart there. He got himself in a bad spot, so he hogged the minion wave, the archers straight away, to take them out of the engagement. They're the ones that will do a lot of damage if he engages onto them. So releasing that damage, respect the archer minions early game is the big key there. He does it, gets himself out of trouble. Chronos going to go back, being Suntouch on this side. Ragnarok, Athena combo.
Trouble.
This is another wombo that's going to really wreck.
Yeah, he's in trouble. Here it comes. And wow.
Suntouch was so good there. Has he got taunt?
Oh, that's curtains.
I love
that. Was such a good play out of him, though, man.
If you don't realize why we're all screaming like, because Suntouch hogs the minion wave to get himself level 5 so he can Eagles rally away. That's what he did. He hogged, hit 5, Eagles rally, piece him out. Yeah. And unfortunately, Zindan did have the taunt, so he's still going to go down for first blood. Mid-Harpies are spawning, though, and it should go 1 for 1.
Arrow was able to hit level 5 at around 3 minutes, or 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So it gives him 1 bomb, and now that's his second bomb that just came up. So you're really, when you're playing an Agni mid, you want to hit level 5 at around 220. So you have 2 bombs for the mid-Harpy fight.
Well, you're looking for about 2 bombs by
yeah, it's 220. It's like 220, right?
Yeah, and then on top of that, you're going to also have the extra one that will spawn about 10, I think it is.
Yeah.
You should have all 3 if you get the extra few seconds, but that's generally the weakness of Agni's, like if you need to charge those bombs up. But I can't say it's a weakness when it's free mana. It doesn't cost you any mana. Mog's found that out recently. I love saying that every time I found out.
Are you surprised that the Agni hasn't gone Soulstone? Is it really just because he's valuing the fact that Carino can poke him out, but Soulstone just has natural synergy with...
I really feel Soulstone is a solo queue. That's the way I'm going to risk this, because it's all about snowball with that item. You've got to go for kills early on, and if you're in a team game where you're all on comms together, you should not be killing your opponent 1v1 on this level of play. That's the situation you're in. It should be ganks, it should be team play that people get kills from. That item is all about going ham.
It is.
And if you go ham in a game like this, they see that on you, they're going to come and kill you because you don't have any health.
Yeah.
That's the big key with it. And that's why I'm not really excited to see it in the Pro League that much. I don't expect to. NQ's in trouble here, but he'll get away just in time. Did force out Zindan's ultimate, though, as well, which he did decide not to re-aggress with.
That's what we talk about when we talk about tempo and Athena. You try to aggress. Oh, okay. Sorry. Ultimate coming down. I am no longer fighting. Especially a jungle Athena at that, because now it does more damage. And Snakeskin, well, he's going to find out the hard way here. Eagles rally comes in. It might be a double kill. The bludgeon's going to hit. He will now look to chase down Zinder and says, well, it's not worth. I got one. I'll sit back.
He won't kill him after using that. He's got no hard CC to actually keep him locked in place. A preemptive strike will come up. He'll get away. So a 1-for-1 trade isn't the worst case scenario there, considering for London Conspiracy. But Snakeskin should not have got caught there. He should have respected the fact Athena was in his lane. He shouldn't have died.
And now we're seeing a different Zindern build here. He's decided to go into CDR boots, and the real question here is where the magical damage will come from for Night's Watch.
That's one of the concerns when you run the double guardian. You're going to have to make sure you get magical damage from somewhere. In the late stages of the game, I mean, you saw what happened with Aero last game on Conspiracy. They had Isis, and Isis did a lot of work there. They do have the Ares as well, but Ares isn't ahead right now. He's still standard Ares for the time being. He's not
He's a little bit behind, all things considered. He's down about 300 gold, but it's not enough to really be like, oh yeah, he's screwed.
Being within 2 levels of the enemy support is fine. That's kind of standard to be up or down 2 levels, honestly, as a support player, depending on the situation. Ragnarok's going to get popped, though, and here comes the Athena up once again. That's why they got the cooldown boost here. They're looking to just wombo him down every time, and Snakeskin falls to the wayside again. There's nothing he could do there. I really like the combo that they picked up here. NQ picking up this Fenrir. I was wondering why, and this makes sense, because they're just going to dunk him.
Well, they also have to make sure that Fenrir NQ can really get to this point where he can propel into the mid to late game, because he does fall off. But now, since you can kind of build him a little bit tankier, you can kind of build him as how, Weaken runs his junglers, the Frostbound Hammers, maybe Ikavul, stuff like that along those lines. But bombs come down, pulls are going to be good as well. Wolf of Velo Street in a lot of trouble.
He's got no
oh my god, Apollo comes crashing in as well. Wrath of Terror will be there to follow it up. This taunt is beautiful. The Petrify is even better. The last rate will chase down
Shaggy.
one. And Shaggy Shank showing off the skills.
Nice, Shaggy. That was a good call from Shaggy to chase in for that. And now Moix is not spotted out behind himself. They've reaggressed onto him. He has to roll away, but he's rolling into danger. The poison ticks, as well as the wisps, come out, and then Millsy gets
There's
the kill
a lot of
one.
dot damage, actually, on London Conspiracy.
Yep. Agni dots. Then on top of that, you've got the Sylvanus, and then you've also got Medusa as well. Those 3 dots hitting you time and time again, gonna wreck you.
And they're very hard to avoid.
What, a dot?
To put easily.
What, a dot's hard to avoid? Well, it's on you, Gandhi. Of course it's hard to avoid. God, you're worse than a Danis.
I was waiting for when you would pick up on the bad joke.
It was terrible.
It was up there.
Please.
I hate myself for it.
Leave it to DM. He's bad enough. Gee.
Well, he lives in Georgia now, man. It rubs off on you.
I'm getting that feeling now. Iqval has been built, though, for Suntouch here. He's not finished off his boots yet. Got that extra attack speed as well as the penetration going for himself already. So keep an eye on Suntouch. The one thing that's really interesting about this game so far, Gandhi, is that Suntouch got behind early once again. Oh, no. Okay. I thought he was going to go in for that one. I wasn't sure it was a good call for him to do that. He would have had to go under the tower and the reinforcements. But Suntouch has actually got himself back in this game based off Snakeskin getting caught a couple of times. That catch where Snakeskin got caught earlier on allowed Suntouch to pick up a kill. And then in that last engagement, he gets himself some good assists.
Well, the crazy thing is that London Conspiracy, they're even right now with Night's Watch, who is definitely a little bit better early on. And their strength is the late game. London Conspiracy wants this game to go a little bit later. They're saying, okay, all right, that's fine. We'll wait for Agni to just shred through you, and then that'll be kind of it.
The reason we say late game is going to be a little bit better for the side of London Conspiracy is because they've got 2 hyper carries in Medusa and in Chronos, right? But Chronos is a magical one, and it's not double physical. But once again, we're tuning in with the solo lane, and a brutalize kills off Snakeskin again. But here's Suntouch.
Suntouch should be able to secure this one, and he does just that. And in fact, he liked the kill so much that the bludgeon will follow up. Agni bombs come down. Carino. He's going to get taunted out here, and now we will see Arrow just kind of retreat back into the lane and clear up the minion waves, as Emilzy did a good job at holding the lane.
There should be a Golf Fury call coming out from Night's Watch right now. I don't know why they're not on it already. They need to go on it. I believe they are right now, as Suntouch is still on this other side of the map.
They got to do this. They're trying to get a peck here, and Emilzy's just going to end up buying them time, and Arrow's going to have the peel for him. The Noxious Fumes will come down as well, and now this pretty much soils any attempt they have, and Petrify will be good. Wolf of Velo Street's going to get bursted down, and down he finally goes. Shaggy Shank looking to box, though. Blink comes in from Emilzy, and now Carino will be taken out by Arrow. Great job by Agni.
I don't know what Night's Watch were doing there. They hung around. Suntouch ganked the solo lane, got a kill, took the tower, and NightsWatch was just caught with the pants down. Now they're going to lose the Gold Fury based off that. They tried to make a play in mid lane, didn't find the kill, but here's a re-aggression. NQ has arrived again.
And he's got him in his mouth, and down he goes. Moex secures that kill. NQ now waiting for his jump to come on cooldown. He doesn't have it, and he will be cleaned up. And not only did they get the Gold Fury, but they also came out top on kills as well. So London Conspiracy is definitely feeling it right now. And I think this is kind of the London Conspiracy we expected to see in the first game that we haven't seen so far today.
I agree. I think this was the conspiracy we expected to see, and they're doing a good job of it. I mean, Snakeskin's having a rough time against NQ. NQ's looking fantastic these two games, honestly. He's playing fantastically. Him and Zindan are linking up very, very well together. I think my biggest issue is that when NQ's in trouble, the team seems to fall apart. I don't want to say that because I don't think NightsWatch are all about NQ, but it feels that way with this game at the moment. Like, when NQ dies, the team lose.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it's been every game.
For sure. Suntouch will go ahead and secure his speed buff here, as now the blue buff will be up, and that'll be going to Snakeskin. And, well, if you're wondering how the tower was already gone, well, that's the strength of Chronos. If you leave your lane for just a second, Chronos will be able to shred through a tower so fast that, well, by the time the fight has started, he has already taken your tower and decided to rotate into the fight, and now he's making an impact there as well.
It's only 11 minutes in as well. Just keep an eye on that, because what you'll see is that as time goes on, it'll just get worse for them, because he's going to have more attack speed, be able to push it down quicker, and then rewind if you come in for him as well. I mean, he did do some work to that tower. It was Suntouch that finished it off, which was a really good call from him to actually stay in that lane and finish off that tower. But as a whole, right now, London Conspiracy are working well as a team. And this is what I was saying earlier. London Conspiracy really feel like, I feel like they could make top 2, top 3 right now with how they're playing. I did not think that at the start of the season. But when one of them gets behind, the rest of them rally and cover the downside of it. So Snakeskin's behind her, but the rest of the team are making it work.
Moex also has to wait a little bit. He doesn't even have full stacks on his dev gloves. Keep in mind, it's now way more stacks than it was before.
I'm interested about why Moex is always going Devour's Gaunts. I mean, I understand it on Rama as an example of why. I guess it's because he's against Medusa for the most part, and the poke damage is good. Good talk coming out onto Suntouch, but there's a bludgeon. Oh, nice Mez. I like the Mez. Mez to avoid that bludgeon damage.
Well, they have a lot of ways to shut down the bludgeon, right? I mean, they have the Mez, they have the taunt, they have the stun coming out from NQ. It looks really good to shut down the Bellona, but it's still just so much to deal with. The blink comes in from Wolf of Elo Street, and the Petrify will follow it up. Barely off the mark there, and Defender of the Olympus comes crashing down, and Mealsy managing to still stay alive, crashing in as Carino. He wants this fight, and they're not sure who to go after. A Shaggy Shank in a lot of trouble. Suntouch now finally coming in. Arrow gets himself a kill, and London Conspiracy will be able to turn this into Mealsy. He wants blood. He's still going forward.
The kick is Arrow's going around one side, Suntouch around the back as well, going to dash in as well, trying to just hit the autos onto Moex as much as he can. He's going to be able to tank up, allow Arrow to come in. The bomb doesn't connect, but the stun does. But Moex gets out. They do get a tier 1 tower for it.
Yep, tier 1 tower, maybe a tier 2 if they're feeling froggy, and, well, they are. The Wisp will go ahead and heal him up as best they can, as Mealsy will go ahead and start the attack. Gold Fury isn't up, and they're probably not going to start Fire Giant as it is way too early. We have seen, I think it was like a 13-10 in Spring Split, but that's about the fastest we've ever seen. I
mean, the one thing as well is that engagement was all NightsWatch is doing. They were the ones that did the aggression there in that lane. They went for the play, Wolf came in, but then Wolf of Elo Street did the pull, and then started running away when Athena was still dunking him. And he should have been in there to get that dunk damage on Zindan. He could have actually potentially bursted down the Hunter as well. Zindan's going to try and make a play here with the support of Carino, but Agni, one of the best mages in the game.
So far, as Snakeskin trying to buy some time here, and he will just be taken up by NQ. So far,
look at NQ's. Just to be clear, just before you ask, look at it. He's got nothing.
I know he's got nothing.
And
he's still Fenrir. He's still Fenrir. But so far into this game, we're 13 minutes and 20 seconds, right? Apollo in the mid lane. What are your thoughts?
Apollo mid can work if you're going to abuse him to your advantage. I don't know why you'd put him mid, though. It just doesn't make sense to me at all. I'm guessing this. I feel like
it kind of takes away what his strength is, which is tower pushing.
I feel it was designed to have. Oh, Shaggy Shank's actually going to take out NQ on the right hand side. Shaggy Shank with a big rotation over there. Quite surprising to see that. But the whole thing with the Apollo is I think they picked that for solo originally, and then they saw the Chronos pick, and they went, okay, let's switch this up. Put Apollo mid, and that's what I think happened in picks and bans. I don't understand why you'd put Apollo in mid lane up against an Agni. I don't think that's a great call unless you're going to look for the big plays. Like, you don't even have the burst potential. Mid-harpy fights with Apollo, it's not that good.
Lacerate will connect here on Zindern. Zindern trying to buy himself some time.
Poison.
The poison is on him. It's not enough to take him out, though. He's just going to be forced all the way back to his fountain.
The tower in mid is being pressured. The tier 2 tower on the right is being pressured, and they're all getting zoned out. A nice watch. Arrow doesn't even care. Oh! So close to the flame wave. Arrow Will pay with his life for that. There was the chains and Searing Flesh. He's just going to buy him a second. Wisp did come out, but here comes Athena. Zindan's on his way.
Yep.
And Mills into trouble too.
Taunt's going to hit in just a second. In comes Carino. Carino secures the kill. A little bit of an overkill burning the Apollo ult, but hey, man, you give him that kill, and that's big. That's his first kill of the game.
This is a call from coming out from Zindan here. Looks like they're trying to rush the goal for you. I like this because they just lost a tier 2 in the right-hand lane. Because at the moment, they got 2 kills,
and
right?
the left hand.
Congratulations. They got 2 kills.
Gone.
But what did they lose? 2 tier 2 towers.
Yeah.
Still, London Conspiracy are up because of that. They need this Gold Fury here. I think they'll get this one for free. And I don't even think London Conspiracy will care because they just got 2 tier 2 towers.
They're going to see the dip, but the difference between the Gold Fury and 2 tier 2 towers is, well, the Gold Fury doesn't really give you pressure on the map, whereas 2 tier 2 towers, well, that does.
It does. I mean, and one thing as well, Gold Fury will always respawn.
Yeah.
And you can always get the next one, whereas the tower does not respawn. Like I said, gives map advantage too. And now you're going to have to deal with the split push from a Chronos that can rewind away. Well, not necessarily rewind that far away. I mean, they've also got Carino that can deal with a split push as well with this Apollo and Zindan too. But as it stands right now, Nightwatch, they're not looking as strong as they did game 1, unfortunately. This composition is not working out to the greatest strengths for them. The
assault from London Conspiracy is just relentless. With Snakeskin on the team, playing this Chronos, I mean, it's only 15 minutes and 45 seconds. We normally don't see tier 2 towers go down until around 20 minutes, and it's like the final push, right? It's, okay, 23 minutes. We've got the Fire Giant. Let's take everything we can. All right, back. Now we'll get Fire Giant again, and now let's end, right?
I mean, it's not really Snakeskin that's doing anything because he's so far behind. He's mainly the others. Look at Shaggy Shank right now, 8.6k player damage, and an Arrow right behind with 8.5. They're vying for that. And to have a Medusa at this stage of the game with that much player damage against an Agni. Agni, you don't out-damage an Agni this early on.
I love it.
Great bait, but they've been spoiled. NQ can see them. I'm pretty sure NQ's like, guys, they just wait around the wall, just chill. Like, they're not doing it. They're just waiting on the wall. You can see from that range if the Fire Giant's been pulled because you'll see him throwing out his flames all the time, his fire. So now they'll know.
Both of Elo's should be seeing this.
Well, they're going to get in there.
I don't know if they're going to go for this. It's already gone.
Double Hunter. Double Hunter, people still don't understand the Double Hunter. They didn't expect it to go down so quick.
Woo!
It does, though. Good blink coming out there from both of you.
Sound cues. That's what that is.
Yep.
That is 100% sound cues coming out from Mr. Ares.
That's Carino going. He's just going to use his ult to get away from that engagement as they rotate him in the mid lane. They give him a Fire Giant for free here, and Nightwatch are now in a bit of trouble.
This is a tier 2.
Because at the moment, look at their builds and what they've actually got online here. Their front line isn't as tanky as they want to be. Level 12 on Wolf of Elo Street here. And then you're also going to see Zindan in the jungle role, but he's mainly just got some health there and mainly damage more than anything else. He's not got any survivability. And then Enki, well, he's got a Magi's, and that's about it.
Taunt hits, Beads forced out. Stop time's going to be there as well. The rewind hits. Snakeskin looking for more. It's going to give his cooldowns reset as well, and now he's going to be on Moex, who takes to the sky. Moex just wants Sun Touch dead. He spots him. He was just off the mark.
This is the last one.
He really just needed the flick of the wrist, man.
Look at the flick of the wrist. Mid Phoenix does go down, though. They're going to rotate to the left one now. Should be able to tank this up with a Melty on the front line here. And with the amount of damage he can put out, going to stun Carino. Carino with a Flame Wave poke as well. Arrow's playing fantastic today.
He is just...
The last few weeks, he's just stepped up something
ballsy is what he is. And I think people are not used to playing against these mid-lane mages who are just like in your face at all times.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm seeing out of Arrow, honestly, since it's transitioned to London Conspiracy, you've just seen the adaptation. Sometimes switching to the jungle and having Arrow come to the mid lane just made this team like a whole cohesive unit now. And I'm really, really impressed with him. Like,
well, look at his build. He went Bancrofts into Spear the Magus. He has one thing in mind.
But that's
screw helping out the team. I want damage and penetration, and that's how you play Agni.
But you're Agni, yeah. You don't want to do anything else other than just shred people down with your burning dots of death pretty much the whole time.
And then on top of this, Snakeskin has gone into the Ethereal Staff, and some of you might be asking, why would he go Ethereal Staff instead of, Warlock Sash at this point? Well, Warlock Sash would be about a 10-minute commitment to get it all leveled up, so E-Staff is just really a cheaper version of it. As Sun Touch now, he will get picked.
He gets picked, but what do they really get out of that after that? I mean, they lose a Fire Giant on it at the moment. They're just pushing up the lanes for the time being. Sometimes I don't really know why he was over there. I think he's just pushing the minion wave in, but there was no reason for him to be there, Like, the Phoenix is already down there. He should probably have been with his team right-hand side. Maybe not the best positioning from him, but it's okay. His team can still siege. They're still in a good position.
He's not worried about it.
No, of course they're not. I think the team's fine. But this is a chance, though, for Nightwatch to get back in if they can find the picks. But the poke from Arrow just destroyed Arrow's HP, and now it's going to be a 4v4.
Don't group when you're going against Arrow. That's for sure, especially on Agni. Moex now. He's going to look for it here.
Go pull
the stun from Chronos will not hit as Emilzy is looking to just really zone him out all by himself. And the taunt's going to hit on 2 people. Now, are they going to follow it up? No, in fact, they're going to counter-engage. London Conspiracy is looking to push it here. And now Fenrir has thrown Shaggy Shank into the middle of it. The Mez is good, and not enough, though, as Carino will be able to secure that kill.
But meanwhile, the Titan is under threat by the fire minions are burning down onto him as well. The final Phoenix does fall, and now London Conspiracy can just back away. They don't need to try and end. They don't need to end. They just got to wait.
It is at 45% health right now at 19 minutes.
Don't get excited, because this is like, this is going to be a throw. I can see it coming. The amount of games I've casted where I've seen EU do this time and time again, we're like, yeah, the game's over. What? How did they throw that game? It's possible. It's possible.
Okay, all right. So we're casting the throw.
No, I'm just saying, like,
don't I get you.
Titan.
You see, I have full confidence in London Conspiracy at not screwing this up. It's at 40%, and they have 3 Phoenixes
Now
down.
that you said that, that would make my day if they lose this game. Just make my day. Golf is going to be started by London Conspiracy, just going to get a little bit more goal for themselves. They're more than likely here trying to bait NightsWatch into a fight. They're going to probably wait for the Fire Giant to close this one out. But
they might get NQ. Oh, no, he just went back.
Yesterday, the game with Trig, we saw, they waited around, they hung around for the Fire Giant a little bit too long at one point, and then nearly threw the game off that and wait for the Fire Giant to respawn instead of just ending, which they potentially could do right now.
The kills are close. The experience and the goal difference is not, though. I mean,
it's 5K experience at this stage. Yeah, it's a lead, but it's not something that's insurmountable that you can't win one team fight.
11K is pretty significant. I mean, that's over 2,000 on each player group.
Look at it. It's like 5 items to 4 or 3 in some cases here. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a rough ask now, and I think that's the call coming out from here. They're trying to push in. Blinking from both of Reload Street. This is the last stand of a desperate team in NightsWatch here. And you can see NQ's gone and used Ragnarok and actually end up picking up a freaking tree. Don't think that was the target he really wanted as they try and disengage, and Sun's going in.
Yeah, NQ now trying to really get out of this one as Sun Touch will bludgeon him out, and Petrify will clean up Zinder. It is now a 5-on-4. No one's got the Fire Giant, but they do have the Titan in their sight. 40%. And, oh my god.
There's no throw.
No throw, bro.
No throw. The watch has ended yet again with another 0-2.
But, okay, so this is what sucks, right? Is because that game 1 was really good. And minus the fact that they just didn't have an answer for the tower pushing of London Conspiracy in that series. I mean, they were okay.
It wasn't really the answer of the tower pushing. I mean, the tower pushing wasn't the issue. It was more they just didn't do anything when London Conspiracy aggressed. London Conspiracy aggressed in the solo lane, and NightsWatch don't get anything anywhere else. They could have gone Gold Fury, they tried to get pick in mid, didn't get it.
I think that was the part you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about, but first we're going to take a look at the first blood here. First.
And who's surprising once again, NQ. NQ for me is a fantastic player.
Dude, he's so good. You know, when I first started casting, he was like the guy that I was like, oh, you're up, NQ. Yeah, he was. He's good.
Him and Game Hunter with a 2, and you can see that under the tower now, NQ's just going to chill out.
He baits it out?
Yeah, he's basically baiting out because they do the wombo combo, right? That's what happens here. He's going to go for the Ragnarok, and he actually go in. I'm pretty sure that's the play anyway, if I remember correctly. It should be Ragnarok as well that comes out and then just picks him up in, and then Zinder comes in with a down 2. It's just a free pick. There's nothing you can do against it. Great play from Suntouch, though, in that. Like, I love the hog and into the Eagles rally to get away from it. And it went, just the play from both teams there was good. It just shows the level of play we've got.
For sure. I mean, that's a very, very quick response time. It's hog, go, level up as well. And he's a hell of a player. But yeah, I think the big part that we're all talking about here is, you know, there was a time when we saw NightsWatch. They were grouped up by the Gold Fury, and they had the option, right? They were, do we go ahead and burst down the Gold Fury, or do we try to get a pick? And they tried to get a pick, but it wasn't really. I mean, it wasn't. The pick also didn't turn out in their favor.
It wasn't the fact they went for the pick. It wasn't the fact that they went for the Gold Fury. It was the fact they took too long to do either. They hesitated too long, and they can't do that when Suntouch is there pushing the tower down for free. It was only a small thing, but it started to snowball that game based off that.
Well, let's go ahead and see what the map tells us here. London Conspiracy. They win it this time. 67% of the Gold Furies, 100% of the Fire Giants. There's only one, and the Mid Harpies 55%. Now, I wish the chart just said the first 4 rotations of the Mid Harpies. Those are the big ones.
I would love to see who got them and who got shared experience there, because that's always key. Because like, yeah, you got Mid Harpies, but it was on your solo laner that rotated. Yeah, it wasn't your team wasn't there. You know, the support didn't get it. The mid didn't get it.
Hell, the solo laner, that's the dream to get it all by yourself. But look at that right there, 70% of the speed buffs. So London Conspiracy, they go, all right. Well, as long as we never let the jungler get involved, we'll take away the speed buff. And we saw it in that first game when they were on the Chaos side, where they invaded right on the Order side. They said, okay, we know the timers. We've been playing this game long enough. It's 4 minutes after you pick it up. Routine.
I mean, on top of that, it was 3 speed buffs to them, so that's the first 3 speed buffs that went to Zindan in the jungle. And generally at that point, like, we see the timers in the game and how long the game actually went on for. So as the game goes on, you're losing the towers. You're going to lose speed buffs because you lose your jungle anyway. So it wasn't necessarily.
There's nothing you can do. It just shows the dominance, though. So really, when you have that kind of a lead, what you really want to do is take as much as you possibly can from the enemy team. But Arrow is our player of the game, Mr. Agni.
Why would he not be?
Well, he was crushing.
Yeah, I mean, he's very, very good at Agni. Both him and Carino can play Agni very, very well. And I'm not sure, I mean, to be honest, I'm going to say he had a free farm lane because he was against an Apollo, and I don't like the Apollo picking to an Agni. Yeah. It didn't make sense. I really feel like it was supposed to be a solo lane. I'm going to talk to like NightsWatch after, maybe they'll let me know. Hopefully they do. They're probably watching now. Let me know what you were doing with that Apollo because I don't understand.
Do you really think it was just because they didn't want the Apollo going into the Chronos matchup?
Yeah, I think that's what I feel on paper. It sounds like they would do. And then they decided to throw it mid lane instead. Agni gets picked up, and Agni just basically had a free farm in the early stages, but he's positioned himself very well throughout all these fights. You can see.
Dude, that's what I was just getting ready to say. Man. His positioning, like you can just learn from these highlights as to exactly how he is. Now, it's almost like a cardinal rule that you never dash into a fight, but when you're destroying the fight, you can dash in. And joining us on the call is a player who gets better and better every week.
Don't give him an...
SunTouch. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
What is that?
That means what's up? What's up?
The sky. SunTouch. Things are going well for you guys so far in the SPL. What do you accredit it to this point?
We're just like a very close group of friends at this point. You know, like I think you guys touched on it in casting. You know, if one of us gets behind, then we just pick each other up. You know, when Snakeskin's having a bad time, we just tell him, you know, don't worry. We'll do stuff on the other side of the map. Just chill.
Yeah, and it really felt like that through the whole time. This season with you guys, honestly, SunTouch, like you just like some cohesive unit. Arrow joining the team. Yep. It seems to have just been like for me that missing link that you guys really needed to like mesh perfectly.
Yeah, Arrow's been a great addition to the team. Really, really strong, aggressive player, and yeah, just really good at mid. Always just consistent, you know.
All right, here's my question for you. That game number 1, you get killed early on. And then you go back into the mid lane and you get poked out and you're forced to recall. What the hell made you go, okay, guys, we're invading their speed buff?
I just did a bit of early game comp. I was just like, you know, let's just take the speed buff. Let's try and do that. Unfortunately, we stayed a little bit too long there.
Yeah.
I thought we just forgot Athena had a global ult. So we stayed a little bit too long. But yeah, just, you know, always play like you're ahead. Try and make the plays. Like I said, we never get down on each other, so... we're always able to kind of come back from those first bloods that I give up every single game.
So finally, a few more weeks left for you as well at the moment. And how are you feeling? Where do you think you guys are going to finish this season?
Come on. We want top 3. We're really hungry for top 3.
I can feel it. Honestly, I can feel it.
I can too.
Yeah, we're working our butts off for that. And
who are you stealing top 3 from?
Ooh.
Oh, it's so close, man. It's so close. I'm gonna say.
Banter.
Banter. All right, I'll go with Epsilon.
Epsilon.
They're gonna sneak set like into second. I think Titan maybe will get the first slot.
Oh, so you're gonna steal from Fnatic?
You're stealing from Fnatic?
I forgot about Fnatic. I don't know, man.
Too late.
Oh, no.
Well, just to be clear,
cut the checks.
You're gonna play them week 6, right?
We just go on 2-0 Fnatic. They don't stand a chance.
You got stunned.
We will stop them getting from land.
That's banter.
They don't have a chance.
This is why I like SunTouch.
Be scared, bro.
This is why I like SunTouch. You know why? Because he just always has fun.
Yeah.
You take your work serious, but never take yourself serious.
Fnatic, I'm coming for you.
All right, SunTouch, before we let you go, you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, shouts to our sponsors, shouts to the fans always. You guys are fun to listen to and chat when I'm feeding. You guys keep me happy. I'm feeding like every week and you guys keep me happy. But yeah, thanks to the sponsors, LC and stuff. And yeah, thanks for casting our games. You guys were pretty cool.
Oh,
no, you're cool, SunTouch.
Pretty cool.
I have your face tattooed on my left nipple.
I ain't going to a stunning with you again. Yep. Pretty cool. Fans?
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Sunny T.
Sunny T.
Sunny T. That is fantastic.
I said it.
Have you ever had Sunny D? Sunny Delight?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's an American thing, isn't it?
Well, we had it for a little while, but we didn't like the D, so we didn't really like. Drink it.
Sunny tea it is. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us for Europe. We're going into North America next. Stay tuned.
Barrack.